Okay. So, hi everyone. First of all, thanks to the organizing community to invite me here. It means a lot. Let me just give a brief introduction about myself, then we start the session. And my name is Priyanshi Agarwal, as you all know now. And I'm graduated from HBTU Kanpur in 2024 and SG Intern at Amazon. And I've also completed my previous internships at Outreachy and Siemens. And last year, I'm also a Siemens scholar, where I was one of the 200 scholars from all over the India. And my hobby is sharing what I know and what I can. So for this, I also have my YouTube channel Rapid Syntax, where I usually share solutions of DSA questions and interview experiences of companies and whatever guidance I can provide. So that's why today I am here to guide you about the hackathons. So the agenda of the today's session will be covering all these points. We will be discussing about the. Can you please switch to the next slide? Yeah. So we today we will be discussing that why hackathons are important. Can't we just create only personal projects? Why we need to participate in hackathons? Understanding biodiversity, role of technology in biodiversity, how big companies value biodiversity and sustainability, tips for winning a hackathon, and lastly, how to include biodiversity and sustainability in your projects. And we will be discussing what kind of projects you can create for this hackathon. So let's start from the very first topic, that why hackathons are important. So firstly, what is a hackathon? Hackathon is basically a competition, right, where you can just show your innovation and creativity. Like in during a hackathon, you will be working in a team where each people have different skill set, and you will have to cooperate with all those people and create a complete project from end to end, right? So in hackathon, you have to solve problems in a new and unique way. But why hackathons are really important? I would say that they are literally fantastic learning opportunities, because while working in a hackathon, you get to work with new technologies. Like sometimes you know some technology, but during by building a project during a hackathon, you might need to work with some technology which you don't know earlier. So you will get to learn and work with new technologies. You will get to learn from your peers, your mentors, and and you will get to develop your skills by doing hands on the projects. So these are hackathons are literally fantastic learning opportunities to participate. And hackathons are also good for networking, because in during hackathons you meet people who share your interest and passion, and you can form very good professional relationships with them, because in corporate also you will be working in a project, and you will not be the only one who is working on a project. You have to coordinate with your peers so that that project can be completed successfully. So hackathon will also teaches you how to work in a team, how to collaborate with each other, how to do networking with each other. So that's why hackathons are also important. Can you please switch to the next slide? And hackathons also provides a platform to showcase your talent, because if your project stands out na, then it can lead to any recognition, prizes, or even opportunities for further development. Or sometimes na, many successful startups and innovative products begin as hackathon projects. For example, if you have heard about an application group, it is a popular group messaging app and which was created during a hackathon. The team built a prototype over a weekend, and the app eventually grew into a successful company acquired by Skype. So you never know which project can lead to which heights, because you are just building a project during a hackathon, but in future you don't know how much heights it can gain. So hackathons are the best place to showcase your talents. And I also had a similar kind of experience, not related to hackathon but related to open source. Like, as you never know, participating in hackathon can give you recognition. Similarly, when I participated in open source program called Outreachy, I didn't knew that it will give me recognition among the top 63 students from all over the world. I didn't knew that. I just started going through all the projects listed on their website, and then selected the one which just matches my tech stack. And but I was not having any idea of the project because it was related to compilers. And prior to working on that project, I was just having the knowledge, theoretical knowledge of compilers. So I was not having any idea of the project. And it had very complex documentation, and it had very complex code base. But I just started understanding the project. Obviously, as it was very complex, so I faced various difficulties in understanding, but I didn't give up. I tried to tackle each and every problem with patience, and finally made it to the internship. So I would just say that obviously you will encounter various problems, but don't just give up. Keep working on finding the solutions, because you never know which project or your which work can lead to which recognition. So now, as the problem statements of this hackathon revolves around biodiversity, sustainability. So first of all, we need to understand what is biodiversity and how biodiversity and technology can be clubbed together. So, biodiversity means the variety of all living things on Earth, like plants, animals, and microorganisms. And why they are important? It's important because it keeps our ecosystem healthy and balanced. Obviously, we all know that when biodiversity is high, ecosystems are more resilient and can better withstand environmental changes. But biodiversity is about plants, animals, microorganisms. So अब इसमें टेक्नोलॉजी कहाँ से आ गया? How technology plays a crucial role in biodiversity? So technology can help protect our biodiversity. For example, if you also think around you, then you might also get some examples that how technology plays a crucial role in protecting biodiversity. So, for example, sensors can monitor environmental conditions, right? And for example, drones can help track wildlife. So why using this technology, we can gather data and take actions and that help preserve the natural world, right? Because like drones in wildlife conservation, so in places like Africa, drones are used to monitor and protect animals such as rhinos, elephants from poachers, because obviously drones can cover a large area, so that they can capture high resolution images, right? So which helps researchers track animal movements, and they can detect any illegal activities and protect our wildlife from poachers. So in this way, this is the one example where technology is playing a crucial role in protecting the biodiversity. Similarly, there are various examples around us in which we are using technology to for biodiversity and sustainable development. But biodiversity all about plants, animals, and all. Why we need to protect it? Why? Because protecting biodiversity is not just about saving animals and plants. It also ensures us that we have clean air, clean water, and soil. So that because obviously when ecosystems are healthy, they provide us with essential services like regulation of climate, natural disease control. So that's why protecting biodiversity is important. And as we have already seen that how we can use technology to protect the biodiversity. But now let's talk about how big companies value biodiversity and sustainability. Are there any existing projects which take care about biodiversity or sustainability, or we are just the new ones who are going forward with biodiversity? No, we are not the new one. There are many big companies who are already focusing on sustainability because they know it's good for their reputation and for long term success, because these companies understand that their operations impact the environment, and they're taking steps to reduce that impact. For example, I would say if you have heard about a program called Google Earth Outreach. So it was an initiative by Google which helps organizations, which help environmental organization map and protect the ecosystem. So it was kind of 3D structure of earth in which we can capture the exact image. So it was that kind of initiative by Google which helps the environment in protecting our wildlife and protecting our ecosystem. So these kind of programs, these kind of initiatives are taken by big companies that help, which helps them operate more sustainably. And I would say that this is like if you are working which protect our biodiversity and sustainability, so obviously other people will be attracted towards you. So these are the initiatives to attract customers who actually cares about the environment. So there are already existing companies who cares about the environment and have projects related to biodiversity and sustainability. So whenever, as all big companies are taking sustainability seriously, so I think it kind of sets a positive examples for us to follow as well, because it shows that being environmentally responsible can be good for business, because obviously Google is making a good business. So if they are taking initiatives or projects which protect our environment, so obviously their business will grow. So being environmentally responsible can also be good for business. And by including biodiversity and sustainability in our projects, we we align ourselves with these forward thinking practices, I would say. So that's why creating a project around biodiversity and sustainability is a good initiative. Now we will also see that what kind of projects we can create in this for this hackathon. First of all, let's discuss about the tips for winning a hackathon. So, for winning a hackathon, first of all, you should have a well-rounded team. By saying well-rounded team, I mean that you all the team members have a mix of skills. Like if you are working on a full stack project, so there should be people who have expertise on front end, back end, and everything which is required in your project. Like if you're working a full stack project and you don't have any member which have knowledge about backend, so how will you complete that project? So it is impractical to complete that so then it become impractical to complete that project. So you should have a well-rounded team, and there should be good communication among the team members. You should ensure that everyone should understands their role and work towards the common goal. And pick a problem statement which is more impactful and relevant, for which you think, yeah, this can be a feasible solution for this problem. So problem statements can be related to anything which solves some real life problem. You just need to look around you for problems and you will see, yeah, this problem can be solved. Like, if I talk about my one experience, once I was hunting for flats in Kanpur, as my college was in Kanpur, so I was hunting for flats in Kanpur. But literally, I couldn't find even a single flat which fulfills my requirement in that hot summer. So at that time, I thought, gosh, if there's some app exists that in which all the flats or PGs were listed, and then I can find out my according to my needs. So at that time, I just thought, and that this is a problem statement, and this can be solved. So solution can be built for this as well. So you just need to look around you. Every day you face a new problem, and there might be a solution that should be built for that problem. So you just need to look around you. So what can be solution of this problem? Like we can just build an application which have all data of all the flats, PGs, uh, available for renting, And we can apply various filters for that, like we can filter the flats according to the locality, according to the requirements, like whether I need 1 bhk, 2 bhk, 3 bhk, fully furnished, semi furnished, non furnished, or whether co-living pg or only girls pg. So there are, so any kind of, so we can filter the data accordingly, according to the needs. So problems are everywhere. You just need to look around you. So while it's great to have an innovative idea, it's equally important to ensure that your solution should be feasible. By feasible, what I mean here is considering the resources and time you have. Make sure your project can be realistically completed within the hackathon time frame. Because let's suppose if you're taking up a project, if you're taking up a huge project that couldn't be completed within 2 days, whatever the time frame of the hackathon, so it doesn't really make any sense, because you are working on that project, and during to the judges or to the panel, what you will show an incomplete project. No. So you should take up a project which can be completed during a hackathon time frame. And a strong presentation can make a huge difference. You should clearly explain your problem, your solution, and its impact. You can use visuals like slides, prototypes to make the presentation engaging. You should practice delivering your pitch confidently and concisely, I would say, because while delivering the pitch, if you doesn't seem confident to the judges or to the panel, then it would not create a good impact, because they would think that you are not sure about your solution, you are not sure about your project, then how they can be sure about your solution. So that's why you should practice delivering your pitch confidently and concisely, I would say. And the most important benefit of doing all these projects is that why we should do all this project, why we should participate in hackathon, because it creates a huge impact in your resume as well. Because if there is some project in your resume which solves some real world problem, then it makes your resume stands out from the crowd, because the recruiter will be able to see that how you can apply your problem solving skills to solve some problem. Because so participating in hackathon is very beneficial for your personal development, for your skill development, and for your resume as well. And resume is the most important key to get a good job. So indirectly participating in hackathons, creating projects around real life problems, impact your resume and impacts your job. So that's all. Now let's discuss how to include biodiversity and sustainability in your project. That's the most important point, because we are building project around biodiversity and sustainability. So as I have said that you just need to look around you for problems. So start by identifying specific biodiversity or sustainability challenges. This could be anything from habitat destruction, pollution, or species extinction. This could be anything. You just need to look around you and think patiently. And you should focus on a problem that you are passionate about, and where you think, yeah, technology can make a difference. This problem can be solved by technology. So for this hackathon, you will be given with various problem statements. So either you can choose from them, or you can identify any new problem statement and make a project for that as well. And you should select the appropriate technology tools for your project, like if you're working on environmental monitoring, you might use IoT sensors or data analytics, or like cloud computing. And for a mobile app, you can consider using tech stack like React Native or Flutter. So you should select the technology for your project appropriately, and you should outline how will you implement this solution. break down the task and assign to the team members based on their strengths. Like there are two members of front end and two members of back end. And if you're assigning a back end task to a front end member, then it doesn't make any sense to assign the task to the team members according to their strengths, so that the output will be good. And you can use project management tools like Trello, so that you can keep the track of your progress, like how much task is completed, how much task is remaining, how much task is under progress. So you can keep the track of that kind of things on by using the apps like Trello. And make sure your plan includes milestones and deadlines to stay on the track, like this much should be completed by this day. So you should make soft deadlines for these things. And one more important thing, that you should think about how will you measure the impact of your project. For example, like if you're creating a project to reduce plastic waste, so you might track the amount of waste reduced over time, right? So you must think the way that how will you measure this thing. So you use metrics that are simple and easy to communicate, because as you are creating an app like reduce plastic waste, so you should be able to give the metrics after completion of your project, that how we are reducing the plastic waste and how much plastic waste is reduced by using your app, by using your function, by using your project, right? So there are various problems around you to weight projects. Like if I'll talk about some, then you can create a tool or platform to help small scale farmers to adopt sustainable farming practices that reduce the environmental impact and promote biodiversity. Like this application can contain the information and knowledge about the best farming practices which are sustainable, which don't destroy our current resources for future. So your website can contain all those courses in regional languages or in any language which is suitable for farmers, so that the farmers can learn from your app and adopt those practices, and then the environmental impact will be reduced, because as the practices which they are using earlier was impacting the environment, and now as from your app they have learned some good better practices, so as a result the environmental impact will be reduced. Or if I will give another example, so you can create a wildlife monitoring app. So in this you can develop a mobile app that allow users to report sightings of wildlife in their areas. So in this app could use a GPS to which will map the data of the sightings and help the researchers track population trends and identify the habitat hotspots. So this kind of various problems and this kind of various projects you can create, you just need to look around you. So yeah, that's all from my side. I think I have provided you some ideas, and now you will be able to get some more ideas by looking around you for building a good project for this hackathon. So today we have learned the integrating of what importance of biodiversity, sustainability, and how technology is important in biodiversity. I hope this was not that much boring and you feel inspired to create innovative solutions that not only impress the judges but also creates a positive impact on our planet. Yeah. So remember, your work can contribute to a more sustainable future. Good luck to all of you. I have ideas for biodiversity. I have provided with one or two, but I also want to new